Hi, my name is Pam Baker, and this is my journal observation video, and we're learning about the APERS assessment for our classroom. The first aspect that we're talking about today is social competence, and we're doing pretty good building social competence through activities. We have science experiments that we work on as groups together, and lots of social activities building fine motor skills, engineering, and they're working together to build things like that with a lot of different activities. Point that we're probably a little weaker in is using very focused interventions to build social interactions. We promote activities, but we're not using interventions that the way that we possibly could to have a little more success with that. Another one is peer social networks. We don't have a focused group where we do peer interactions with general ed kids where they go and do activities to build those. That's something I would definitely like to see happen in our school and our program. The next aspect is personal independence and competence, and I feel like we're pretty good when we talk about having strategies to provide students personal independence with schedules and picture activities and ways that they can plan and think about what's happening next and be able to go to activities on their own. We could use a little bit of growth, but I think we're doing pretty well there. One that we're not getting a lot of growth with is for their students to have personal management and understanding their behaviors, labeling them, and showing their own growth and what that looks like for them. That would be good to be able to build that more in our program. And functional behavior, we are looking at interfering behaviors pretty nicely and getting some FBAs. So that's kind of middle ground, but we're not fully into it in terms of getting everybody to collaborate on it. More with family members would be good. So we're doing okay with that, but there's definitely room for growth. Our team members do develop comprehensive intervention plans when we need it, and that sometimes does involve the families and trying to teach replacement behaviors. With one student who's very, very bossy and tattling, we're definitely trying to replace that behavior with positive interactions. Instead of saying, "Johnny, stop running in our classroom," she can say, "I love it when you walk," or things like that, or "come sit with me." So we're trying to trade those tattling and bossy behaviors for something a little bit different. In the area of family involvement, we're pretty good about getting families involved. We have monthly ways that parents can become volunteer trained and have access to our class multiple times in the year. We communicate nicely with phone, email, with Dojo, and we also send home individualized notes and things like that. So we have generic ones that go out to everybody, and then we have more personalized depending on academics, social interactions, or behaviors. So we're trying to meet family and student needs as much as we can with the communication aspect in our program. The next piece is teaming. Our teamwork does pretty well to get team meetings done. We build action plans when we can, and some problem-solving pieces. We're trying to implement all the actions that we talk about in our meetings and try to get those going as best as we can. So I feel that's a solid piece of our program. Another one that's pretty good is having close collaborative relationships. I think we're still building that in our program, and that we're able to collaborate more, and but not enough to feel like super confident with it. Our last piece of teaming is our paraprofessionals. We kind of do a little bit of training with ASD internally in our district, but it'd be wonderful to be able to build that program for our paraprofessionals so that they can learn more about ASD and ways that they can support our students. Overall, I think we're doing pretty well with our APERS assessment, and room for growth in some areas and ways to celebrate in others. Thank you for listening.